We're here to demonstrate how to build a drainage dip. There's several different structures that you can build to get water off the trail. You can see I've lined one out here with string. It's going to be quite large, mainly because it needs to be self-cleaning. May not be a lot of maintenance that takes place on the trail. So the effectiveness over time will diminish as debris fills in the outflow. And so we need to build these to begin with very, very large. What I'm standing on right now is called the back ramp. My feet now are standing in the trench, and this is a trench that is just a little bit too small, so we're going to make it a little bit larger. Up here we've got the back slope, and then finally we've got the outfall, which is where the water leaves the trail. And at a minimum, it should be 2 shovels widths, like so. And I said as a minimum, it depends on how steep the slope is and how much water has to come off of the trail. It can be bigger, but it should never be any smaller than 2 shovel widths. So I'm going to begin cutting from the outfall back up towards this last red flag that you see here. What that does is creates the outslope for the water to flow down through here naturally. If you start up at the top and cut towards me, you're going to have the outslope not cut correctly, and it won't allow the water to flow off down here, so you'll end up doing a lot of extra work. So here we go. Oh. Dan, why don't you come in and grab the other Pickmatic here and give me a hand with this if you would, please. Dan and I have completed this drainage dip. You can see that the back ramp is still intact. We've widened out the trench considerably where the front the shovel is, and we've also now allowed the transition to have the water flow out where I'm standing, which is called the outflow, and we wanted it at a minimum 2 shovel widths wide. So there's 1, there's 2. We've actually got it 3. Really, that's very good. You'll also notice that the water, as it comes down here, we're not turning the water. This is pretty well straightforward right here. So the water will flow out the outfall without turning. If you put something in here that makes the water turn, it slows down and fills up the outflow, so which is something that we really don't want. What I'd like to do now is demonstrate the angle that we've got for the water to flow down, and I need to go get the McLeod to do that. So to see how you have got here with the proper angle, I'm going to set this down right here, and you can see it's got a little bit of a tilt right here, so the water's going to start to come down into here. This moves a little more. You can see water's coming here, and of course this is lower than it is back up here. So we've got everything that you need to have a proper drain structure built and or cleaned out. All right, so what we've done here is a rather large structure, and we've rebuilt this one. But as you're out on the trail, you may not have to rebuild a dip like this. Maybe all you have to do is to clean out the outflow and outfall and make sure that you have got the right angle so the water will flow out here. And it just depends on how much sediment has flowed into the outfall here, when was the last time it was maintained, all kinds of different things. So you really need to think of what you're doing when you come up on one of these structures.